Hi everybody, this is Red Hill Eagle and welcome back to the channel. This is episode 3 of A Broken Heart, TEW 2020 with WCW 1998. So it's our second episode of Nitro, and as you can see here we kick off with Hollywood Hogan firing quite a few members of the NWO. He's a little bit annoyed that people are starting to question him. Last week when he wanted to challenge Sting or get a rematch against Sting for the heavyweight title, and Randy Savage was actually kind of the one who sort of said, you know, why's it always got to be about you, Hogan? Why can't some other people get a chance? And some other people sort of joined in. He thinks that Savage might still be of use to him, but he decides to fire Buff Bagwell, Kurt Hennig, Conan, Louis Spicolli, and Vincent. This is literally just we want to trim down the NWO. I mean, I might get rid of it. That might sound a bit extreme. I certainly want to trim it down because there's just too many people in it. I don't book stables as it is usually, but I think they're a good thing to kind of have around. So we get a rating of 97 here as Hogan does this in the ring, and yeah, we've got lots of green there, so it's all great stuff. But then Randy Savage comes down and he questions Hogan. What are you doing, Hogan? Have you lost your mind? You know, what are you doing? You know, firing all these people. We need strength in numbers. And Hogan's obviously he's sort of almost raging now. And so he says, listen, Savage, I've had just about enough of you as well. I thought maybe you could hang around. I thought maybe you'd be an ally. But you're starting to show signs now that you're not on the same page. So you've got a match tonight. And if you lose, you're fired from the NWO. And that's a rating of 77. Some good green there again. Got some, great stuff. You don't really expect anything less from Savage and Hogan. Might be a little bit disappointed it was only a 77 though. Why was that? What penalised? What did we? Awful gimmick. Oh, that's a shame. Well, okay, whatever. Match action kicks off with Goldberg as he takes on Raven. This is just to get Goldberg on the card, continue his streak, and it's a rating of 53. Decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Goldberg got the win in 6 minutes 36 by pinfall with a jackhammer. Yeah, not much else to say really. We just, as I say, wanted to get Goldberg on the card, continue that streak of his. He gets a rating of 61 in the ring, Raven getting a 48. And we then got Sting, and he's sort of backstage cutting a promo, and he's laughing at the state of the NWO. You know, Hogan, you're losing all your guys. You're losing control. You don't know what's going on anymore. You know, and he's just sort of saying he thinks that soon it'll just be you originals left in the NWO. That might actually be the plan. I'll let you into a little secret. But rating of 97 there. Now that's, again, what else do you expect from Sting? Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton take on the team of Saturn and Steven Regal. I say the team of Saturn and Steven Regal. We just sort of threw them together for this match. Want to get some tag team action on the card. We don't have many great tag teams, so, you know, just trying to use them when we can. There are some that I want to get over more than others, but I don't want to overuse them at the moment either. But yeah, it's Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton getting the win in 6 minutes 37 when Anderson pinned Regal with a spinning spine buster. And Arn Anderson was head and shoulders above the rest. So what did he get? He got a 68. And so Bobby Eaton a 48. Steven Regal 57. And Saturn got a 48. So yeah, but some green there again. Things are sort of, you know, looking good. Got a tag team bonus there for the victory, for the victories there, for the victors there. Rating of 64. And we then got Lex Luger as he is interviewed by Gene Okerlund, and he's sort of laughing at the fact that Buff Bagwell has been fired from the NWO, and he says, you know, maybe if you concentrated a little bit more on how you treat your friends and not on how your body looks, you know, you wouldn't be in the situation. You wouldn't have just been fired from your teammates there. I don't know why you're bothering it anyway. I've got a much better body than you. I look better than you. The ladies love me more than they love you. But yeah, this was just to continue that storyline. It did gain heat, which is always good stuff. Rating of 73. I've also got Davey Boy Smith in this storyline. He is actually probably going to be joining WWF. He's been offered ridiculous money, and I kind of really wanted to keep him, and I was pushing it. But now I'm just at a stage of, well, hang on a minute. That's what WCW did in real life, and where are they now? So I'm, you know, it's Davey Boy Smith. He's a mid-carder. I'm not prepared to pay over the odds. I mean, it was ridiculous money. We'll look at it. We'll look at it after the show. But yeah, 73 with this one though. Bam Bam Bigelow making his debut or his re-debut in WCW as he takes on Dean Malenko. Bigelow's always someone I've loved. If you've seen any of my series before, I didn't sort of like him at the time when I was watching wrestling because he was a heel. Really, you're not supposed to like heels, but you look at him and you look at some of the stuff he could do in the ring for a guy that size. What a worker. So yeah, I'd like to try and get him over. He's probably getting a little bit older now, but in this mod, his stamina still isn't too bad, so I might be able to do something with him. But he gets a rating 75 here in his match with Dean Malenko as he gets the win in 14 minutes 8 seconds by count out. Let's see what we've got for the gimmick for him. Paul, that's a shame. Chris Jericho, a promo, and he says all Flair did last week was keep up with the old generation. I said he needs to retire and just leave it to the new guys. And what did he do? He proved his point last week by beating someone who's as old as he is. I mean, come on. He's not doing anything really. So, again, just to get this storyline, keep it going. Rating of 68. And then Ric Flair does come out. And they just trade insults. And, this was just to get a boost really for Jericho being sort of in the ring with Flair. Kind of made sense to continue the story in this way as well. So, Flair sort of comes out immediately and responds. Overall rating of 82. And then the Faces of Fear take on Los Locos. Now, Los Locos I know nothing about, but one of these guys is Rey Mysterio Jr. So, I've sort of relaxed my rule about lightweight wrestlers, but Rey Mysterio Jr. is small, and that's too small for me. I mean, maybe I could build it into a storyline like they did I think they did it in real life. I think they did it in WWF with, I think everyone was saying that Rey Mysterio was too small and he overcame the odds, but I still want to kind of keep some sort of realism alive, and, I just don't think Rey Mysterio would beat someone like the Big Show. But in tag team competition, I think we can certainly keep him around and push him that way. But it's a rating of 65 overall for this one, where the Faces of Fear get the win in 8 minutes 45, when Meng force Juventud Guerrera to submit with a Tongan death grip. And he was the weak link as well, actually, Guerrera. Okay. Yeah, not great scores there. The highest being a 60. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, Meng and Rey Mysterio doing pretty well, though. Roddy Piper then comes out to the ring, and he says he's just got something to say. He's been hearing lots about Conan, particularly backstage in the locker room. A lot of people now are talking about Conan. They think that possibly he's the next big thing. I want to give him an opportunity. I want him to see if he can take on someone and prove himself to be the next big thing. And, maybe, next up, he might be given that chance. Overall rating of 70. And it is Conan who comes out and he decides that, okay, I'll take up your challenge. I'll face you. And it's Conan that gets the win in 15 minutes 22 by submission with a tequila sunrise. But he did have to cheat to get Piper in that position. So, yes, Conan has proved that he can beat Piper. But, of course, Piper's now going to argue the fact that, well, you did it by cheating. Overall rating of 62. I just wanted Conan, I just wanted to give him something to do. And this was kind of the only thing I could think of, really, for him, and put him in a storyline with Piper. And Piper being a bit of a veteran, maybe do it that way around. Might have worked better if Conan was the face and Piper was the heel, but we're going to go with it. And then we've got Hogan and his two main partners, I guess, in the NWO. Do you call them your main partners? Certainly Deputy is Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall being the other original. And Hogan says, Savage, your replacement is already lined up. If you do not win your match tonight, your replacement is already waiting in the wings. And he's someone who everyone knows. He's someone who people can rely on. He's somebody who has a big heart for this business. So Savage, if you don't win tonight, you're gone. Overall rating of 71. And guess who his match is against? Both of the outsiders in a handicap match. And it is the outsiders that get the win in 13 minutes 37 when Kevin Nash pins Savage with a jackknife powerbomb following interference from Hogan. So looked like Savage did pretty well in this match, actually. But it took Hogan to come in and interfere to give his comrades the win. What's going to happen next then? Overall rating of 80. Got some changes here. Now, I don't want to do those changes. I thought that was a gimmick change for some reason. I don't want to do those changes just yet. So then Hollywood Hogan comes into the ring after the match, grabs the mic, and he says, Savage, you lost your match. You are now fired from the NWO. You're no longer part of this group. Don't want you anymore. Overall rating of 72. And here comes your replacement. Yeah, you had to guess it, didn't you? Bret, the Hitman Hart, comes down to the ring. He's got an NWO shirt on. This gets an overall rating of 70. Yep, and they're celebrating in the ring, and Savage is kind of like, he feels a bit deflated. He's shocked. He's shocked that Bret Hart, a one-time friend many years ago, has joined the NWO. And so it's Hogan and Bret in the ring. They're talking to the audience, and Hogan welcomes in, and Bret says, I hope I can, just continue to do what I do in this business and just show that I'm the excellence of execution and just do a good job for you guys. And then they celebrate, and Hogan raises his hand. He raises Bret's hand, and then Bret clotheslines him to the floor. So Bret has turned on Hogan before he's even become his friend, if you like. So, yeah, Hart lays out Hogan. So he had no intention of joining the NWO at all. But then the Outsiders, they rush back into the ring and they start attacking Bret. And then Savage sees all this and he's thinking, I can't have this. I can't sit and watch this. Savage comes in and he starts attacking the NWO. So, yes, we are going to turn Savage babyface. Complete success. Great stuff. Overall rating of 69. Savage is no longer in the NWO. Bret Hart joined the NWO for about 30 seconds. And then he lays them out with the help of Savage in the end. And that's how we go off air. What do we get overall? 75. Still not hitting the magic number to get our top regions in higher popularity. Still struggling with some storylines. Yeah, probably just need to get a bit more heat on some of them. So a couple of things I just wanted to check, didn't I? But let's just have a look. We've got a couple of emails as well. Right, Davey Boy Smith's gone to AJPW. Oh, yeah, if I remember rightly, they offered stupid money as well, actually. So let's get rid of these ones here that aren't over important to us. So Davey Boy Smith has gone to AJPW. Now, what were they? I can't remember what he was asking, or what they were offering. But they were obviously offering even more than WWF. Under decisions, yes, we're signing Sid Vicious. Davey Boy Smith, recognisable. Not even well known. 2,000 per show. Handshake. So he was on a handshake deal. So we were only paying him $2,000 a month. $2,000 a show. Well, 9,000 downside. And he was like, WWF and AJPW were offering. Well, you saw what AJPW were going to paying him. There's no way I'm paying that. That's nearly. Well, okay, it's not nearly as much as Hogan, but I mean, we're overpaying for these guys. Let's have a look at our top earners. I mean, there's no way. $300,000 a month. Nearly $300,000 a month. I know it's Hogan, but even so, Sting, Flair, 48-year-old Flair on $150 a month. Savage, he's my favourite wrestler. I'm going to be biased, but but even him, there's no way. I mean, okay, I know I'm paying quite a lot for Sid Vicious, I guess, but when you look at what we're paying those, I mean, let's suppose I decided to pay $220,000 a month for Davey Boy Smith. I could have got 2 Sid Viciouses for that money. So that is the way I was looking at it. I was thinking I can get another 5 younger, decent workers that I can build into stars for that kind of money. And they won't be 35-year-old recognisable guys. Do you know what I mean? So I think I've made the right decision. So yeah, that's that. So we're Davey Boy Smith's no longer with us, or he won't be with us. That's the end of that one, I think. So I think I'll leave it there. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope we've created a little buzz around that. The Bret Hart. It's Bret Hart's debut, actually. When I did the first show and when I came to edit the video, I suddenly just realised, do you know what? We haven't even had Bret Hart in it yet. So just quick look at storylines, actually. 68 rating. So I've got 1 over 65. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we do need 5. Haven't started the US title yet. Need to start that storyline. But we're close. I mean, if this one, the Battle of the Bodies... Oh, no, it is. No, this one. This one's close. Get back in your box. Conan and Roddy Piper. So, okay, yeah, we're not far from 5 storylines over 65. We should be able to do it. We probably just need to give a boost to a couple of these. That one's not going to get much. US title, maybe we could get over 65 on that one. I think we could, actually. That one could probably do a lot better. I probably need to do a bit more work on it. I think this particular episode, though, was just all about getting Bret Hart debuted, and I wanted to do it in a slightly different way. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you all again soon. Take care. Goodbye.